question? Hey, what's the matter? The TV broken? It's Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang. The Nick and Artie Show.
Look out. Here it goes.
Welcome, folks. It's the Nick and Artie Show. I'm Nick DiPaolo, alongside the living legend, Artie Lang. How are you, Arthur?
I'm pretty good, Nick. I'm hanging in there.
Are you?
Yeah.
Man, I was saying how, Monday comes quick. I've been doing stand-up for the last few years and laying around between gigs. You know, I'll go 10 days without going on the road.
Yeah, what do you know about working?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
We get out of here Friday night at like 2 a.m., you know?
Welcome to radio, honey.
Yeah. My dream job, my ass. I wake up today. It's really Monday? I look at my wife. Really?
Monday of week 3, Nick bitching.
I know. Oh, don't worry. You know me. I'll be bitching for 5 years if this thing, you know, it's just my nature. But it's not like it's not like we're coal miners. I got to be honest. I'm loading trucks.
Well, what are you looking for?
This is it. All right. I'm just saying.
You want another vending machine outside?
I'm just saying it came quick. I didn't say I don't like what I'm doing.
I want a cuter cleaning woman.
Jeez, that shouldn't be hard to find. Go grab a homeless guy.
Our cleaning woman is the nicest woman in the world.
She's a sweetheart, but come on.
Christmas.
My goodness gracious, Eloise.
She looks like she came over here on a raft from Poland.
Do you need a raft from Poland?
Well, yeah. Well, that's what it looks like. She trekked with a backpack till you found the body of water, then used a raft.
I don't believe it. You're making fun of the cleaning lady.
I'm not making fun of her. She's a hard-working woman.
And you said she was an a-hole, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Oh, you said I said that.
No, I said you said
Remember?
she had thick ankles.
She did. She's pushing that giant trash can like it's a blocking sled.
Yeah. Wait till a few months of this schedule. she'll be looking like a young Pam Anderson. We're looking at Steve the engineer and Aaron all night. It's like being in prison.
She looks like Dick Anderson of the Dolphins right now. But there's a reference that nobody gets who's in there younger than 76. 800-546-7663 is the number if you want to join in the hilarity. But no, I'm just saying it really came quick, and I did nothing. Made a delicious pork loin. That was it.
Sounds like a good weekend to me.
Yeah, jerk pork. It was delicious. What's going on? We have a new TV in the studio, which is great. So if you hear radio silence, me and Artie will be sitting there watching the game. Can't be looking at that.
The Real Housewives of New Jersey or something.
Yeah, it's the Big Bang Theory. I want to catch you into that.
I want that TV
barn burner.
I want that TV on Bravo 24/7.
Trying to turn the nation gay.
No, really. I mean, speaking of
nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying.
The pink now is out of control in the NFL. We're watching the Monday night game. Everybody's wearing pink. Like, why not just let the players get breast implants at this point and let them show cleavage?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Well, it's the century of the woman. You know, you have to know the times you're living in. I've been complaining about this for years now.
I know.
When I brought it up, I was a-hole for bringing it up.
No, I liked you.
Nobody likes breasts more than us. I'm just saying.
I would do anything for breasts, but
I want to see Ray Lewis dressed like one of the cast of Glee. You know, it's like enough for Christ crying out loud.
Now here's another broad on the side. Is Susie Colbert the chick who Joe Namath hit on?
Yeah, that's her right there. She looks like a cleaning woman now.
I don't care if the team is struggling. I want to kiss you. Poor Joe.
He cleaned up right after that, didn't he?
14 stewardesses in his apartment in 1971. No one said no to him. Susie Colbert says no. How dare she?
Things have changed, and to prove that point, with the pink and the NFL wearing the pink, and it's just a touchy-feely society, again, that I blame on Oprah. But speaking of Oprah, she's from Chicago, and Jim Harbaugh, wasn't he the quarterback for the Bears for a while?
There was a Jim Harbaugh.
We have the big talk today, obviously, is the big incident between Jim Harbaugh and Schwartz, the coach of the Lions. again, something that's been blown way out of proportion, in my opinion.
Yeah,
who
who cares?
You guys all know. Well, it proves a point. We're living in a time when NFL's dressed in pink, and a couple guys get mad at each other, and it's world news. It's all a symptom of a fruity society. I don't care what anybody says.
I think, you see, this is where, we agree on one thing, that the mandatory shaking of the hands.
It's not necessary.
Who cares? Why should the two
Exactly.
coaches have to shake hands?
Save that for the WNBA.
Just stupid. What are you going to play? Audio or Harbaugh?
Yeah. I don't know.
Do we have
Jumping up and down in the middle of the field, leaping as he comes across to shake hands with Jim Schwartz, who did not appear to share quite that enthusiasm. And Schwartz and Harbaugh are now jostling as they get off the field. And to be quite blunt, Jim got a little too enthusiastic there, and Jim Schwartz is now being separated from Jim Harbaugh.
Went to congratulate Coach Harbaugh and got shoved out of the way, and then didn't expect an obscenity at that point. So
You didn't?
it was a surprise to me at the end of the game.
I was just really revved up, and that's totally on me. I shook his hand too hard. I mean, I really went in, and it was a strong, kind of a slap, grab handshake. It was like, that was on me. A little too hard of a handshake there.
That's actually kind of a dig, too.
Yeah.
I shook your hand too hard. That's kind of what Harbaugh knows how to be like aggressive and passive aggressive. But, and I love Harbaugh. I said this. This guy is going to be winning his these Harbaugh, the whole family was meant to coach football and play football.
Right.
And he's, but I would have been P'd too. I would have been PO too if I was the Lions coach. At that point, it's like somebody, a closer coming in, Papelbon striking out a Yankee and doing 8 fist pumps and a cartwheel.
First of all, I don't remember the last time Papelbon struck out a Yankee, or anybody. But
set you up nice here, didn't I? I was gonna pick another team, but I'm like, I'll take one for the show, and Artie will take the bait.
I was going to say, Papelbon struck out a Yankee?
Yes, he did many times. Come on, what do you forget? 04 from your mind, completely gone?
I've seen more video of the Loch Ness Monster.
Oh, stop it.
But
hey,
see, we disagree. We disagree. Nick giving the finger to everyone. Typical Boston,
Yeah, as opposed to
justice.
those Bronx fans that are so classy.
Hey, listen.
They have rape whistles when you go to the Bronx, but go ahead.
At least we didn't kill somebody when we won the World Series. Someone was killed.
That girl was being a real a-hole. Look. So go ahead.
No, we disagree here. I think Schwartz is being a little bit of a wuss. I mean, so it's a big game. The guy's excited.
Yeah.
You got to shake hands. And
So shake hands like a man. Don't be a jerk.
He shook hands like a man,
No,
and
he
Schwartz
didn't.
took it like
No,
a
he
chick.
didn't. Then he smacked him in the back and went, F you.
He didn't say F you.
No, but he said effing woo.
Okay, so?
Okay, don't do that in my face, or I'm going to
He
come
didn't
back
do it
at
in
you.
his face.
He
He did
most
it-
certainly. Artie, you were asleep by then. Come
No.
on. You didn't even see that game.
First of all, this is the first time I've heard of either coach. But the video of it, to me, I don't see anything wrong in it. Well, and Schwartz is upset. He heard an obscenity. Where does he think he is? At church or something? The guy just won a football game.
Exactly.
So he's going, he's nuts. He's an effing woo.
Really? Okay, so again, I'll back up my argument with facts. This is the third time that Harbaugh's had a problem with other coaches. So, he's done it before, so there's no need of that. Vince Lombardi didn't go up to Hank Stram.
I didn't know we had to back up stuff with facts.
Well,
if
you want to sound I'll make anything.
You know what this reminds me of, though? So all day now, because this is a big story, they've been showing classic fights between NFL coaches, and they showed Chuck Noll getting in Jerry Glanville's face.
Yeah.
And Jerry Glanville was one of my favorite characters in the NFL. He used to coach the Oilers and the Saints. And,
I know he is.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling the audience.
I'm not fruity.
I'm telling the
Well,
audience who might
you were
be
looking right
younger
at
than
me.
60. So Jerry Glanville was like a nut, and he really thought Elvis was alive, and he used to leave 2 tickets for Elvis at every game.
That's right. It's a true
And
story.
Elvis never showed to pick him up. So he wrote a book, and the name of the book was Elvis Don't Like Football. And I couldn't recommend the book more highly. It's one of the funniest books I've ever read. And in it, he tells a story.
Do you want to tell it now, or you want to save it for the next?
Well,
Go ahead.
do we have time for it?
Yeah, depends how long it is.
Or should we tease like a radio show does?
Go ahead.
Tell the story? Aaron
ahead.
says tell the story.
All
All
right.
right. Thank you, Aaron.
Aaron, who got fired from ESPN. But,
Aaron, who's here on default. So Jerry Glanville tells a story. It's when he was coaching the Oilers, and I don't know the player's name, but he comes up to him right before the kickoff. The guy was on special teams, and he says, Coach, on this first play, could I let my whole personality come out? And Glanville didn't know what he meant. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, I just want to let my whole personality come out on this first play. And Glanville goes, sure, go ahead. I don't care.
Who was it, Wayne Brady?
I don't know who it was. I forget the guy's name. But so the kickoff, the Oilers kick off.
Right.
The guy runs downfield.
Right.
And one of the guys he's supposed to block, when the play's over, he tears off the guy's helmet and punches the guy in the face. Just punches the guy in the face. Takes his helmet off first, then punches him in the face. He got ejected from the game. It's the quickest ejection in the history of football. In 6 seconds, the guy got ejected. But that was
we got to Google who that was.
That was his version of letting his whole personality come out. That book is filled with funny stories.
Oh, he was something else, man.
I like Glanville.
As a commentator. 800-546-7663. When we come back, we're going to update the Jets-Dolphins game, and we're going to take some of your calls. It's the Nick and Artie Show. Stay with us.
Now back to two guys who think being gunned down at the plate is something that happened to Sergeant McCluskey in The Godfather.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gents, and everything in between. It's Nick and Artie. 800-546-7663. And it's Monday night, so half America should be home watching this. Or, again, The Big Bang Theory. Is that the other that's on tonight now?
I don't know what's big now. 2.5 Men is a big show,
and a brutal matchup on Monday night should be a. Let's get an actual update from a fellow who's at the game. Al Gattulo, are you there?
Yes, I am, gentlemen. Good evening.
Good evening.
And we got, Artie was right. We got ourselves a barn burner here at the Meadowlands. I mean, we're talking about sticking pencils in your eyes. I mean, you might as well just get up to the bar and drink a little bit more, gentlemen, as the Jets have the 14-6 lead here in the third quarter, and the Jet offense showing signs of life. And, the Dolphins are just, who do they have at quarterback here tonight? Some guy named Moore, Michael Moore? Is that the filmmaker?
Michael Moore, yeah, the director.
That would be great.
This guy's got a little...
Well, you got this other guy here, Brandon Marshall, who apparently called out the Jets this week, said he was going to get thrown out by the second quarter. Well, it's the third quarter, guys. He's still here. He hasn't been thrown out yet. And can't catch a pass worth anything. I think, Artie, you might do a better job catching passes for the Dolphins tonight.
Absolutely. I got a good pair of hands on me, I'll tell you that.
Which one of Brandon Marshall's 18 personalities said that, do you know?
I think it was personality number 12 that might have said that. I'm not entirely sure, but
Sally Fields.
He is just awful tonight.
So let's sum up Brandon Marshall. He's got a big mouth, and he can't catch a football.
He's got a big mouth. You know what it is? He's got a big mouth, and his hands must be covered in butter because he can't catch anything tonight.
My hands are covered in butter right now, and I just caught a Tic Tac that Nick threw at me. Brandon Marshall, yeah, he. What do you think about that play where Revis took it back 100 yards? Should that have been a penalty? You think? I mean, first of all, it sounds like you're in a storage unit. Where are you? I hear no cheering.
Hey, guys, here's the thing. What I don't understand is in the first half, you have the Dolphins throwing to Marshall while Revis is draped all over him. The best cornerback in the NFL, hands down. And, of course, he returns one to the house. I mean, what were you expecting here? Finally, they put him on, with Cromartie. And Cromartie, even when Cromartie covered him, he still dropped a couple of passes. So he's just really not that good.
But on that play, me and Artie were watching. It looked like Revis mugged him. He was grabbing his shirt.
He did. You know what? He did a little bit, but you know what? It was clean. Nobody saw it. And you know what? He gets the pick and runs it back to the house. And by the way, Revis is a great defender, but he has hands made of butter too. It's a shock that he actually caught it and then took it back to the house.
That's why he's playing defense. Exactly right.
Al Gatello, are you wearing anything pink for Breast Cancer Month?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Well, you're fired.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough, gentlemen.
What are you making tonight? What are you making tonight for this? $50 we hear?
No, I think, you know what? I do this for free. Are you kidding me? No, I'm just
Oh, my
kidding.
God.
You must have my agent.
I'll probably get, I think I got $5 and I got validated parking.
Is your manager Barry Katz by any chance? That would be my manager. I'm not making that up. That's not a fake stereotypical name. Don't get mad at me.
Like we were saying last time, if you want to go ahead and leave the game, you can. We don't care, really.
Well, thank you.
We have a nice.
That's nice. There's a lot of actually, guys. If you notice, if you're watching it on TV over there's a lot of fans dressed as empty seats here tonight. So,
Yeah.
Is that right? There are a lot of empty seats.
a lot of empty seats in the club section behind the jet bench.
Well,
If
why don't you do
ESPN
it?
is not showing. ESPN is not showing that camera shot there.
Yeah. Why don't you do what Michael Kay says and says, "Oh, they're all in the restaurants and the bars on the low section." Yeah, sure they are. $2,200. Let's see. Hey, Al, thanks a lot for the. What's the score, by the way? What's the score of the game, by the way?
While we've done this little comedy show here, the Jets are still leading 14-6 with 5:38 to go in the third quarter.
All right, Al. We appreciate your help, and we're going to try to get some more money.
Yeah.
I'll take that. It'll be good. Thanks, guys.
All right, Al Gattulo, everybody.
Al Gattulo sounds like someone you should be meeting behind a deli and giving some money to for something wrong.
Something wrong.
Al Gatello in Jersey.
Gattulo.
Gattulo?
Yeah, Gattulo. It's
sounds
even
like
more Italian than Gatello.
Like a made member of the Lucchese's.
Yeah, Al the Iron Pipe Gattulo.
By the way, we found a name on that player who said, "Let my whole personality come out."
Yeah, what was his name again? Look, we all forgot.
Tommy Harris.
Tommy Harris. And apparently he's letting more of his personality come out at a state penitentiary in Illinois.
That's not
No,
true.
that's
we don't have any
I made that up,
evidence of
but
that.
sorry for me doing comedy. But I know enough to say that didn't happen. But I wasn't gonna. Thank you for clearing
But
up.
if you're a coach and a guy comes up and asks you that, you really got to be a little puzzled and go, "I guess."
Well, look who he's asking. Glanville wasn't exactly Tom Landry.
Guy leaving 2 tickets for Elvis.
Yeah, exactly. 2 tickets. His hair is pitch black. Remember, his hair is like always too dark.
Yeah, he had a bad hair job and yeah, like Jimmy Johnson hair, but jet black.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take a call on the Nick and Artie show. Let's go to Ron in New Jersey. Ron, welcome to the show.
Hello?
Hi, Ron. Go ahead.
Hey, boys, what's going on? Listen,
Not too much.
I'm a Jersey guy, but I'm a Philly fan. I was watching the Pats Cowboys. Got a question for you. How terrible is Tony Romo, this guy, and how long do you think the Cowboys are going to let him be their quarterback?
I think he was trying to show his whole personality this weekend, Tony, wasn't he?
Yeah, he didn't look good. Tony Romo is one of those guys that, I don't know how long he's got there.
Yeah, they're being very patient with him. The owner thinks, Jerry Jones thinks he's something else. He's bragging about him in the paper. He says he's our guy, but yeah, he didn't on that first drive against the Pats, he throws an easy pick, and
Right.
but he's as bad as Brady is good. What a throw that was to win the game.
Yeah,
You see that, Ronnie?
Yeah, I never understood the fascination with him. He's half Mexican. He's got a broad that we're supposed to care about on his arm every Tuesday. I don't get it.
Excellent point.
Thank you. He likes women. Get rid of him.
Is Tom Brady really half Mexican?
No, he's talking about. He didn't even hear my comment about Brady.
Oh, he's talking about Romo?
I go, what a great throw by Brady, and he's still unhooked on Romo.
Romo's-
Ronnie, thank you for the call. Let's go to Vortman in Chicago.
I don't know Romo was half Mexican either.
How you doing?
What's
First,
going
I'd
on?
like to- Still there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I just want to petition Jay Cutler to wear pink for the rest of the season. Second, Nick, congrats on going 6-2 with your picks this weekend. And
Was it
Artie,
6-2?
I don't know whose beach house I'm buying. I'm at 14 unders, 11 overs, and 2 pushes since we talked last week.
Wait, 14?
These are the. Let me reset the story. These are the hockey unders. Artie, explain to the audience what the hockey unders.
I just have a theory that if you bet the under in every hockey game for a whole season, you'll end up with enough money to maybe buy a beach house, I think.
Now, who told you to do that? It was the guy, right? It was Jerry Cheevers, right, for the Bruins, who was a degenerate gambler?
This was actually Al Gatello, our stringer at the Jet game. And what is it now? So this guy took my advice, but it's 14 unders?
14 unders, 11 overs, and 2 pushes. So far tonight, it's 1 under, 1 over, and then there's 3 games still going on. But I'll play it out, and I'll give you a weekly update how your theory plays out, and I'll play along. Thankfully, the Niners, Raiders, Bears parlay saved me some chips so I can keep this theory alive.
14 and 11, so, just hang in there. You'll be fine.
Like tonight, 3 of the 5 were at minus 125.
Oh.
But that's all right. I'll keep it alive.
Wait a minute.
You killed it on Letterman. I hope you really did play Scrabble with the crazies. And
I did.
How would you doubt
you
that?
guys keep it up. I'll call you next week and let you know more unders, okay?
All right, Vortman. Call us from the... You'll be calling us from a cardboard box under a bridge in the rain.
Listen, the guy...
Yes, I follow the under technique.
The guy who told me that has a summer home in Kearney, New Jersey.
It reminds me of this like the line in Wall Street. Remember when Charlie Sheen, they're looking at the paintings on the wall?
Yeah.
He's like, wow, you could have a summer home for that in the Jersey Shore. And she goes, yeah, in Wildwood, New Jersey.
Yeah, Daryl Hannah with an attitude.
Great acting.
Just wanted to bang her, then punch her in the face.
She made Madonna look like Meryl Streep in that movie. Mink, yeah. Anyways, 800-546-7663 is the number. We're going to talk some World Series since last time you and I and Artie have talked. The Cardinals and the Rangers are going to bang heads on Wednesday night. We'll talk about that and a lot more here on the Nick and Artie Show.
To 2 guys who are convinced the phrase caught in a pickle has something to do with the zipper on your pants. Welcome back to the Nick and Artie Show.
I'll admit to writing that bummer. 800-546-7663. I got to admit, the rejoinder music has been superb tonight. They're playing what we picked.
That's superb, Luppus.
That's Mama.
Superb.
Huh, Becky? We got a music genius. Artie's manager's like a music genius, and he's giving us the thumbs up.
Yeah, in the studio tonight, my manager, as Page 6 might call him, Uber manager, Dave Becky.
That's right.
Executive producer of the show, Louie. So you've worked for him.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of stuff for Becky. I put a wing on his house in Hollywood. And I've seen 2 residual checks, one for 85 cents and one for $1.11. But listen, no, he's a good fella. We like Becky. Knows his music. I didn't know that he's some type of idiot savant with that stuff. It's amazing. 800-546. I'll look up idiot savant in a second. 7663.
Just look up savant. I know idiot.
Yeah, really. Come on, folks. Join in. We're having a ball here. We have a new flat screen TV. I think, we don't know. It fell off the back of a truck, Artie said.
We actually, Yeah. It looks like something Alcatella would sell you in a parking lot of McDonald's.
Alcatella.
We have a guy reporting from a game we're watching.
Exactly.
I don't know. We got to rethink the whole order of the show.
We got to call him and update him because like he's getting a hot dog for the last 10 minutes. We're like, hey, Jets are up.
He should update traffic on Route 3.
Anyways, since we talked last, like we said, the World Series, we got that coming up Wednesday night. The Cardinals, who as late as August 23rd, were out down by 10.5.
Yeah.
They have found their way back in it on fire. I mean, the reason they got in was the Phillies kicked the crap out of the Atlanta Braves in September, so that allowed the Cardinals to come in, and they thanked the Phillies by cutting their throats.
Well, that was a crazy September, wasn't it, Nick?
It was. Not almost as bad a choke as 2004. Don't make me bring it up again.
I love how I'm talking. We lost the first round to the
Tigers. They were, but you got to admit they were loaded.
But as a Yankee fan, my postseason, I could care less about the World Series. Get out the checkbook. This is the team I want to see next year. Just to piss you and everybody else in the small markets off who whine.
What?
I want Prince Fielder as my DH. I want David Ortiz
as my butler.
Just put him somewhere. As a pinch hitter.
I agree. You can have him.
I want Albert Pujols at first.
No.
And let Texera sell hot dogs in a friggin' stand.
The sad part is you'll get those picks and a few more somehow. Cashman will wheel some deal. We have to, but the Sox, we got to do something. After the whole thing collapsing, we got to get either Fielder or Pujols.
No, we're the Steinbrenners, this is where they excel.
Yes, I know.
Fielder might be a Yankee next year, and who cares where they put him?
Artie, so what do you think of the World Series matchup? Well, let's go to an expert. Nolan Ryan has an opinion, owner of the...
Nolan Ryan is on the show?
He's right in the hallway. We got him sitting out there for an hour. He's getting furious at us.
He's making out with the cleaning woman.
All right, Nolan, your prediction, Rangers in?
I think we'll get it done 6.
In 6. All right, that'll hit the national wires.
Who's that, Larry the Cable Guy?
I didn't realize how much Nolan Ryan...
Get her done.
I didn't realize how much Nolan Ryan sounds like a Klan member.
Sounded like Larry the Cable Guy. He's using his catchphrase.
He sounded like the Grand Klugel.
What, there's something wrong with that? Of course there is. Of course there is, everybody. Oh, we're just kidding.
I want to do a weekly segment, who Nick defends and who he doesn't defend. Now you're defending the Klan.
No, I'm not defending the Klan.
Driving.
I just don't want to go along with the rest of the, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. I have a legitimate point. I backed it up with math. I do. The Klan, I'm kidding, obviously.
Oh, good.
Since I get kicked out of there, I have no use for it. But obviously, I'm kidding.
Real quick, the funniest thing you've ever heard at a Klan meeting, Nick. Real quick.
I don't know, Artie. Why do you say that?
No, I'm just curious.
Come on.
No, they wouldn't let us in either, You shouldn't like the
You're
Klan.
a lot different off the mic, I got to be honest with you.
You mean I'm a lot thinner?
Yeah. Let's go to Jay. He's got an opinion on the World Series. Jay, welcome to the show.
Hey, guys. What's going on?
What's happening?
Not much. Big St. Louis Cardinals fan. Just wanted to know what you guys thought about, them taking it. They're big underdog, plus 140, and got, home field advantage. I don't know. Chris Carpenter pitching 3 games. What do you think?
I want Artie to explain me how the money line works. I really don't know how that.
They're plus
set.
140.
Meaning what? What's that? Based on a nickel bet? How does it work? I don't
No.
Nah.
It's basically the Cardinals are the underdogs.
Well, I got that much from the plus.
But only by a little bit. It's almost like an
where
even
do they get
bet.
the figure 140 is what I'm asking you.
For every dollar you bet, you win $1.40.
Okay.
That's how it works. So, they have odds makers that figure that out. I don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure what are the
If
odds?
I figured that out, I wouldn't be here right now working. The money I've lost? Forget about it.
I just want to know how it,
If they got Carpenter pitching 3 games.
That's a big surprise.
That's almost an even. It's almost an even bet, though. So
not really. If you're betting Texas, you got to lay 160 to win 100. So that's pretty big favorite.
That's so we're doing like percentages, 60%.
You got to lay 160 to win 100. So I mean, it depends on how much you make a year. It's the $60 differential there is no big deal.
Yeah, I get
Jay, in my opinion, I don't know. I tell you, if you asked me a week ago, I was going to say Texas is going to run away with this thing.
Don't bet against Tony La Russa.
No, I know. That's what I was going to say. With La Russa at the helm, and the Cardinals are smacking the ball around, but I don't know that Milwaukee's pitching staff was, yeah. So
But you just got to worry about 5-hour games with La Russa because he makes a pitching change every 2 minutes.
That's true because he's got a strong bullpen. And by the way, he made a bunch of moves during. Thanks for the call, anyways, Jay. He made a bunch of moves during like in the middle of the season that they were giving him crap for. I have them right here in the article if I could look it up. But
go right ahead, Nick. I'll kill time.
Let me put on my glasses like I'm in my late hundreds.
Our research department hands us the post every day and goes, "Good luck, guys. Have a good show."
But listen to this. The Cardinals were lambasted in late July for giving up a talented young center fielder, which is Kobe Rasmus, for bit parts. A mid-rotation starter in Edwin Jackson, relievers Mark Brzezinski, and I say that in October Dotel. Again, what happened to Tom Jones and Bill Smith and Kevin? You know what I mean?
I wish we were on television right now so you people could see Nick with his reading glasses, reading from the Post. He looks like my Uncle Tony.
Look at this.
3 weeks before he died.
Look at the Cardinals at $1.40. I had 2 dimes on the Jets last night. I'm leaving 38 large on the table, no?
What a hip show.
But that's a good point. I mean, Joel Sherman, I'm going to quote him because he wrote the article, but see the moves the Cardinals made, and everybody's giving them crap, and now they have probably the strongest bullpen, I would say, out of the 2 teams.
And that's what you need in the postseason is a strong bullpen.
Absolutely. 800, either that or a bucket of chicken and some buds. 800-546-7663. 800-546-7663. Boy, that went by fast. And we're going to talk...
what, our lives?
We're going to talk about a 100-year-old man that did something that me and Artie couldn't do in 1,000 years. Coming up next.
Now back to 2 guys who have not yet been mathematically eliminated. But it's early. It's Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang. The Nick and Artie Show.
I resemble that remark. 800-546-7663. And what do you guys think was the best athletic feat of the weekend? Any idea? All sports, not just football and...
I got up once to take a leak. I think that should be covered by Mike Lupica.
Oh, no.
I don't know. What do you think it is, Nick?
I was going to say Brady with that pass, but I'm biased. But apparently,
no, Brady is,
he's God.
I'm a New York guy, but Brady is this generation's Joe Montana.
Exactly. Peyton Manning, you'd be lucky to carry his jock. I'm sick of seeing all the commercials.
And I'm this generation's the fat chick from The Facts of Life, whatever her name is.
What is her name, Dave?
Tootie's the black chick.
No, Tootie's the black chick.
The fat chick.
Blair?
No, Blair's the hot one.
I know. Just the guy in L.A. said Blair. She got fat, though.
One of our researchers just said she got fat, Blair.
No, but Cindy Cohn is the fat chick's real name, right? Mindy Cohn. Thank you. I knew that because I picked her up in L.A. one night.
That's what a couple of websites call me this generation's Mindy Cohn, and I'm proud of that.
I lured her into my truck with some beef jerky. Listen, 800-546-7663. The most impressive athletic performance of the weekend was this 100-year-old Indian guy who ran the Toronto Marathon.
Now, what kind of Indian?
The kind with an arrow in his neck. No, the dot.
Oh, right. No, well, gee, that's the most offensive thing I've ever heard. Well, you could have said from India.
I did.
Is Indian, by the way, is Indian like not allowed? Is Native American? Do you have to? Because I'm part Native American. I don't know if you know that.
You are?
Yeah, the money I've lost at casinos, quite frankly. I haven't argued. I got a beef. Yeah, I had one of those tests done once. I know nothing about my father's family. His father died when he was 11, mysteriously. My father literally grew up in a cardboard box in Newark. And
he was part Indian, the old man?
He might have been, yeah.
Well, might have been.
A doctor who took a gene test on me once told me I was 25% Native American.
Is that right?
So I don't know if is Indian offensive now for that?
Nah, it doesn't matter. I say what I want. Cleveland Indians. Right? Not the Cleveland Native American.
Well, how about the Washington Redskins?
And again, that's fine too.
No, but honestly, Redskin, in any other context, Redskin is offensive except when you're talking about the football team.
But that's the point. It's same with the Atlanta Braves. It's something positive. You see what I'm saying? Right?
How is Redskin positive?
Artie, because when the term came about, we weren't PC. Just like bell bottoms, at one time we thought they looked good. They weren't offensive.
I kind of thought they were cute.
Ever seen an Indian in bell bottoms? Share.
Anyway, I'm just saying I'm owed money from an Indian casino in Mississippi.
But I love the fact, I want to look up his tree, that the Artie's got a Native American in him.
Yeah, so what happened? So an Indian guy, as you say, not me, with the dot. I don't know what that means, but...
the married women wear dots on the heads.
The ones who talk like this, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
They wear the married women have the red dot, which is, again, when there's a robbery I'm not going to get into it. You know, you got the lasers on the gun. It can get confusion in Bodega.
We just went off the air in Medford, Oregon. They had enough of this.
No, that's filled with Native Americans.
It's our second biggest market. So what happened?
Well, he ran a marathon at the age of 100. And his time... You and I couldn't drive 26 miles. You know, he listen to this. It was his 8th marathon. He was born in India in 1911. Did not start running marathons until he was 89.
What an idiot!
What happened?
I hate guys like this.
He moved to England following the death of his wife. That's why he's running, and his son. And he says not smoking or drinking alcohol throughout his life, combined with a vegetarian diet. What did he steal this from you? This life plan? And
that's why I don't care. I'm not going to live till 100. I'm predicting that, by the way. I won't make 100. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
What are the odds? That's like the unders in hockey. You got a better.
I mean, you know, you make it to 100 and you start running 26 miles. That's not why you should. People should be bringing you stuff. You know,
exactly.
I would never leave the couch. This guy's a jerk.
100. Now, let me get this straight. You're defending the Yankees, but you're crapping on this 100-year-old.
I'm mad at this guy for some reason.
How about this, Artie?
I'm mad at marathons, the traffic they cause.
His name is Singh again. A lot of Singhs.
What's his name?
Singh, S-I-N-G. You know, seriously, but every cab you get in New York.
What?
It seems that way. Maybe I'm wrong. But listen to this. This guy is amazing. 8 world records for his age group. Of course, everybody else in his group is dead.
There's one person in his age group, him.
Yeah, he was beat by a Chinese guy who was 171. Ran a 4.540. No, this guy ran the 100 meters, which is like a 100-yard dash, in 23 seconds. Not exactly. You won't see him playing, returning kicks for the Eagles this weekend.
I was going to say, he should be playing for the Jets.
200 meters in 52 seconds, 400 meters in 2 minutes and 30. I ran 400 meters in high school and
I
went to track.
care less about running. It's so boring. I hate when people bring that up. A runner's high. There's no such thing. Anyone who's had a runner's high should try, real drugs. You'll see what high is. Runner's high is nothing. I hate marathons. They cause traffic. I hate parades. They cause traffic.
Yeah, well,
I hate traffic. I hate protesters.
He just scored a $44 million deal with Nike. But just do it.
Really? So he finished the marathon.
Finished the marathon and did all that other stuff. I don't know. I think you're right. I mean, his wife died and you went nuts, it sounds like. You know, he moved to England.
Your wife dies, you move to England and start running.
Yeah, he's like Forrest Gump.
Poor guy went crazy.
He was beat by a Kenyan. Who would have guessed? A Kenyan won a marathon. Because Kenyans are what? They weigh 7 grams soaking wet, and they have the lung capacity of a blue whale. And don't even know what that means.
I don't even understand the reference, and I'm laughing. That's all about cadence.
He was 6 hours behind the winner, Kenneth Mongari of Kenya, who was 38. But think about that. I don't care if it took him 3 days, and it didn't. It took him 8 hours.
Yeah.
Let's do it this weekend. What do you say?
I'm 44 years old, and really, I couldn't snow blow a whole driveway at this point.
Yeah, you could. You got Cherokee in you. Come on.
I could, walk a skyscraper, but I couldn't do that.
Okay. I think that is the feat of the weekend.
I think the guy is a scumbag.
That's like me picking on a cleaning lady. You know that, don't you?
Who just, by the way, ran half a marathon. Down the stairs, our elevator's broken.
With 3 pizza boxes on our shoulders.
I'm telling you, before the end of this run, I'll be dating the cleaning woman.
No, you're right. Oh, look at this. Jets just scored again. Big deal. You're beating up a girls' team.
Well, you got the Jets. You bet the Jets.
It doesn't matter. I'm not going to win the pool this weekend. By the way, there's no money involved in that pool. Boxes is easy. I told you that.
Who's gonna win the pool? Some secretary that you're in it with?
Well, exactly. Like I said, the cleaning woman out there won last week.
Yeah, the Jets celebrating is a little bit, all right, calm down.
Anyways, we're going to talk about a guy from Delaware who hit an amazing bet then that you and I couldn't.
It's the Nick and Artie Show.
Uh-oh. Look out. Here it goes.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hour 2 of the Nick and Artie Show.
For anyone under 20, that's a guitar you're hearing.
That's right.
Used to be a big instrument that people played.
I love this guy on the other end in L.A. He's doing a nice job tonight.
Oh.
Anyways, speaking of Nick and Artie, Nick and Artie Show podcasts are now available on iTunes. Go to iTunes.com, search up the Nick and Artie Show to listen, download, or subscribe commercial-free podcasts of the Nick and Artie Show. You'll never miss a minute of the show if you subscribe to the Nick and Artie Show podcast on iTunes. Check it out today. Click on iTunes link on nickandartie.com. Subscribe, and you'll get fresh N&A every day.
NWA.
Yeah, I like NWA.
Nick with Artie.
That's right. Artie, that's a...
with any luck, we'll be the Mark Maron of sports podcasts.
That's right.
That's big news, actually.
I guess it is. I don't know. Does it put money in my pocket? I don't know. That's how I judge crap.
No, we're not going to see a dime of that.
Okay, that's how I judge stuff.
Much like Mindy Cohen isn't seeing any Facts of Life money.
And if she does, it's going right to Devil Dogs. Listen.
Stop it.
What? Oh, baloney.
Let's insult more groups of people. Now you're on the fat people. How dare you?
Okay. Sidekick from the Howard Stern Show. Let's sit a 12-year-old girl at a machine that vibrates, and I'll have a good laugh. Come on.
You're looking at a fat Native American. Watch it.
I don't believe it, Artie. I don't believe it. You've never eaten corn in your life. Speaking of making money and whatnot, we're going to have an update from Al Gattulo, by the way. He's in the parking lot. He's got a hibachi by himself and a big straw hat on. I don't know what that means. But how about this guy, Artie? This is, again, you're a gambler, or you were. This guy in Delaware hit a parlay for $100,000.
Wow.
Yeah. One player made his bet at Delaware Park before the Week 5 games. He bet $5 on a 15-team parlay. He got all 13 games correct last week, and he had the Eagles and the Ravens yesterday, both covered.
Right.
And $5 bet was introduced in 2009 season. One player had 14 straight winners that year, and he lost the last game. Last year, another player had the first 14 and lost the last game.
I hate parlays. I always have. I hate connecting bets unless it's a teaser.
Yeah.
because a parlay basically means all the bets are connected.
That's right.
Like if one team loses, you lose the whole bet. To hit 15 is unreal. So this guy put down $5.
Yeah.
And what is tonight's game? Does it decide it if he wins tonight's game, or he already did this?
No, he already did this.
Oh, he already won.
Yeah. It's the odds against hitting are 32,000 to 1. The odds used for the Delaware parlay bet are 20,000 to 1. So in actuality, it took nearly 74,000 losing bets before somebody hit.
Yeah, well, this explains why bookies and casinos always make money. Like this guy hit $100,000, but they
still. You're right. They
they're still up way more.
Yeah, they said. Let's see. Since the last bet was introduced, $370,000 have been wagered on it with no return. Before Week 5, $12,100 was wagered on the parlay. So the Delaware Lottery actually lost $87,900 on Week 5 bet. Still, the lottery is $270,000 in the black overall from the 15-team parlay wager. There you go.
That's why I say Vegas is like a friend you lose money to and buys like a big shiny ring with it. And every time you see him, he shows it to you. Like, I don't know. Every time you fly into Vegas, it's
sounds like my marriage with my wife.
Why do I keep coming here? They put it in your face. It's like, look, we built the Eiffel Tower with your money.
No, exactly.
We built an actual version of the Eiffel Tower with your money. We built a Venetian hotel with like filled with like water and gondolas, and the Brooklyn Bridge is out there.
That's right.
All with your money. Like, why do we keep going?
That's why I don't gamble when I go there. I just go to see the Bengals.
Right.
Group. and Wayne Newton.
Well, that's like our friend Norm McDonald.
I get my money worth.
Our friend Norm McDonald, who's a bit of a gambler, has a great line.
Let's put it in
he goes... He goes, I don't get people who go to Vegas to see shows. I never understood why do you go to Vegas to see a show or anything? Like, if you can gamble there. It's like people come up to me and say, hey, you were at the Mirage. Did you see the White Tigers? I'm like, I don't know. Were they at the craps table?
He is, man, he's heavy into it. Hey, let's get an update on this exciting Monday night game. Let's go back to our pal, Al Gattulo. Al, what's going on in that game tonight?
Gentlemen, the game is so exciting right now with 7-11 to go here in the fourth quarter. Hey, 7-11, look at that. We're talking about gambling, right?
There you go, brother.
The Jets are up over the Dolphins right now, 24-6. The game is so exciting that fans are running to the parking lot in droves. They're trying to get out there for the last tailgate before midnight. It's ridiculous. The Jets are going to win this one. Doesn't look like we're going to have a miracle at the Meadowlands for the Dolphins. They should probably fire head coach Sparano on the way home for his ineptitude in the first half there with his offense. What else? The Jet flight crew has been out. They got booed once. Come on. It's awful.
Where are you in the stadium right now, Al?
Well,
Where are you located?
I'm in an enclosed, air-conditioned press box. It's about 40 degrees in here. People are freezing.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, it's freezing. They serve the free food, and some of it's good,
Snow
some
cones.
of it's not. I'd rather have liquor, but what can you do?
What is the best food at that stadium? Would you say? What's the best thing you've had to eat?
The best thing that I've had here is probably the ice cream.
Yeah, it's 40 degrees. That makes sense.
Al,
it makes sense.
Al, listen.
Yes,
technically, we're your bosses tonight. Go ahead and have a drink.
Thank you.
Drink
Thank you. I appreciate that. That's good. Let me go grab my flask right behind me here because I should be drinking a fifth of scotch right now with the way this game is going.
You're at a Jet game. I mean,
that's
in the last 11 seconds, four people have thrown up.
Artie, you said it best right there. You're at a Jet game. That's enough said. I'm a Giant fan, and I cover both teams. And believe me, I would rather be at yesterday's Giant game than here tonight at the Jet game.
Well, sorry, Al. Hey, Stuart Scott's there. We're seeing him on TV.
That's great. Put a pencil
Go up and give him a Benny Hill.
What's that? I'm sorry?
Go up to him and give him a Benny Hill, where he slaps the old guy in the head on Benny Hill.
Well, it's
lick
funny.
your hand first.
Oddly enough, tonight I've seen two very strange things here. One, I watched Boomer Esiason run past the camera where ESPN was broadcasting about 5 times. I guess he was looking to get on TV. I have no idea. The second thing is this guy here dressed as a Where's Waldo. Halloween's in 2 weeks. It's not this week.
Oh my God!
Don't understand it.
It should be Tony Sparano. Wow.
Yeah. Halloween's in 2 weeks yet. Matt Moore's dressed like a football player.
Yeah,
he is.
exactly.
Well, actually, the whole Dolphins team is a football
Good
player.
costume.
The Giants, Dolphins just turned it over again. This is just who's Matt Moore, anyways?
I don't know. I told you he's probably related to Michael Moore. That's what it looks like at this point. Actually, the most fun that you can have here at the game, guys, is after the game when you head down to the locker room. When we head to the locker room, you have to pass the intake where the state troopers are, where they've arrested various fans for fighting and drunkenness and lewdness and all kinds of other stuff. Artie, you might be familiar with this. But anyway, what happens is you see people and you catch snippets of conversation, and I love the ones where you get, but he punched me in the face. And the cop looks at him like, I'm sorry, you should have thrown another punch at him. And yesterday, I caught two state troopers one saying to the other, you be the good cop this time, I'll be the bad cop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, at least they worked it out.
Well, those state tax dollars at work. I mean, what can you say?
That reminded one time I was doing stand-up in Philly, and this huge guy got out of the crowd and came up to me.
Right.
It was at a club that was in the basement of a diner. And just in the middle of my act, a huge guy got out of the crowd and put me in a headlock. And was like, come here, buddy, come here. And he whispered in my ear, he goes, it's okay, I'm a state trooper.
Al, hey, thanks for the update, pal. We'll get back
guys.
to you later on. Enjoy the ice cream in the 12-degree booth.
I say we let Al leave.
Are we really keeping him there?
I guess. What else? Why else would he be there?
I have a state trooper story, and I did a club in New Haven, Connecticut. I won't mention the name of it, but I go in, and the guy who had, that ran it had a crooked nose a little bit, Sicilian and Greek and something else.
Yeah.
And this is true. I go in the men's room. His 6 or 8-year-old mother's snorting coke with a state trooper. He's still in his uniform. And the first time I worked there, he goes, "It's 50 light." And I'd never had anybody say that to me. I thought it was like a movie thing. That's the only time anybody jipped me out of money. I was opening for Paul Provenza, and I was thrilled about it.
I had a friend who, when he was a cop, he wasn't a cop for long, but while he was a cop, he was also a runner for a bookie. And he would come to my house in his uniform in a cop car to collect or give.
Are you kidding?
I swear to you, like he had that side thing that you talk into on your shoulder, and you literally hear like bank robbery. You turn it down. He goes, "All right, so you're down 1,500." And I go, "There's like a 211 in product." He says, "You're down 1,500." I told him, I said, he was a good friend of mine. I said, a retarded internal affairs guy could figure out what you're doing. What are you doing? You came here in a police car.
Can we say that?
In your uniform.
Anyways, we got some, I know what you can't say on the radio. Something that was said on TV this past week on the Family Feud. Have you heard about this?
What happened?
Oh, we'll get to it in a few minutes. It's the Nick and Artie Show, 800-546-7663. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Nick and Artie, the radio show for guys who consider bowling a real sport.
Hey, folks, Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang. Let's go to the phones. People have been waiting for a little while. Let's go to Jason in Oklahoma. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hello, gentlemen. How y'all doing this evening?
All right. How you doing, Jason?
What's up?
Good. I was an assistant coach back when Rex Ryan was at Southwestern Oklahoma State University.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you guys have ever heard about the power of the milk that comes from his man boobs.
It's only one guy I know that got man boobs. A friend of mine, Dan Whitney. No, tell us about that.
Well, hell, back when he was here, he played defensive end. But let me tell you something. Every Monday morning, Jolene down from the cafe, she'd go to his house and she'd milk him, and she would pass out that damn milk come Wednesday. And the power that was behind it was illuminated. Let me tell you, in 2007, I got arrested for tackling him and sucking on them man boobs, and they put me in jail for 6 damn months.
Nolan Ryan calling in.
Hey, Jace, thanks for the call in Oklahoma. Be careful that tub of meth doesn't explode. Holy moly, was that?
That's why it's fun. That's why, in a way, it is really good the South didn't win that war that we had back then.
It makes me miss the road. Playing the funny bone in
Did you
Tulsa.
ever hear about Rex Ryan and the milk that comes from his hand?
I'm still trying to figure out if that was a real call.
If it was or not, it was hilarious.
It was well done. Well executed.
A well-written joke, delivered beautifully.
I'm craving grits. It was so authentic. Let's go to Brian in Sioux City. Brian, welcome to the Nick and Artie Show.
Hey, guys. Speaking of boobs, watching the NFL and all the pings that they do this month about breast cancer and stuff, do you think breast cancer is really the best way for the NFL to show its support for cancer? I mean, that's predominantly a women's disease. I know men get it, but wouldn't you think testicular cancer or something like that would be more appropriate? I mean, what's your take on the NFL's obsession with pink?
Well, I brought it up a few nights ago. I think, how about, prostate cancer is danger. It's worse if you look at the statistics. So, I said that to show support for prostate cancer survivors, they should have the quarterback wear surgical gloves when he comes up under the center. Yeah. something of that nature.
Yeah, we hate it. It's disgusting. I mean, can men just have something that we could just do on our own? And, let's figure out another way to make money to support breast cancer.
Well, yeah, exactly. But like I said, you could put a pink emblem on the field of a ribbon.
I don't even want that.
Okay, let's get that. I didn't either. I was just trying to be nice. But let's get that out of there, too.
Did you ever hear of a pink ribbon?
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, we hate it. We hate it. Right now I'm watching a guy in pink tackle another guy in pink.
It's the same thing. Look, I know it looks like a fight in front of a gay bar, which, again, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm just saying it's a symptom of the times we're living in, folks. It's the same thing as the female sportscaster on the sideline who is not needed.
Yeah.
Okay? It's just another way of ESPN and Disney saying, look, we hire women. That's all it is. Or whether it's CBS or Fox. I don't need Pam Oliver telling me what's going on. The report's always like, yeah, and I heard the coach saying his plays, you better get up for this fourth quarter. It means a lot.
Right.
Really? Thank you for enlightening me. It's never anything that you pass out,
And Pam Oliver, by the way, put on a couple. Did you see her?
Yes, she looks like Sherrod Small, a friend of ours. But
the most obscure reference you could have possibly
doesn't matter.
made.
Like you said, it's about the cadence. It's about the cadence. But
Pam Oliver. Now she's still hot and everything, but she put on
she's not. But go ahead.
No,
she's not.
I thought she was hot.
You could show a movie on her forehead. It's huge.
Hey, listen.
Her hair's receding like the French army, like mine is.
I haven't gotten to her forehead yet.
She does look different, a little different.
I think she put on a couple, and as far as I'm concerned, you're out. Should be a weight limit.
No, you're right. What's the movie now? What's the movie when Casino? Sam Rothstein, remember weighing the dancers?
Right. Well, listen, that's the real world. Thank God radio doesn't have a weight limit.
You don't. What was your highest weight, Artie?
300 pounds I weighed once.
When I knew you? No.
I like around maybe 290 or something.
Is that how tall are you?
5'10". I was.
You hit it pretty good.
I was unhealthy. Yeah. Well, I wore a lot of slimming colors, a lot of vertical lines.
Vertical lines, a lot of horizontal ones.
Yeah.
On the mirror. Listen, what? Let's go to Jason in St. Louis. Jason, welcome to the show.
Hey, Artie, you weighed 300, don't lie.
No, I'm not lying. I
said.
told Nick I weighed 300.
Hey, I wanted to ask, have you heard anything from Joe Buck since 2009? Have you, talked to him or heard anything or anything like that?
You know what? Yeah, he called me.
Did he really?
Yeah, he did. He called me, maybe it was 2009. I mean, he called me after the show, and we had a nice conversation. but
That's
we
good,
haven't
'cause
spoken since.
That's good. I thought you were great on that show, so don't listen to any of the haters. Hey, I liked when Letterman gave you a fist bump.
Yeah, Letterman gave me a fist bump, which means I think I should be in the TV Hall of Fame. I've never seen him do that. It's kind of a hip-hop reference from Letterman.
Hey, go on confrontations, all right?
We're trying.
Yeah, we're working on it. You know, this stuff doesn't happen overnight, Jason, okay?
All
Takes
right.
a little bit of time.
I love the show, so keep it up.
I love you, and we love you too, Jason. Take it easy.
Yeah, Joe Bug and I haven't
Quit being
spoken.
so
but
pushy.
I wish Joe the best. Joe is from St. Louis.
Joe Buck, yeah,
and a
absolutely.
very, very, very nice guy.
Yeah, I saw that show. You know, you're a little edgy that night. I was even getting a little nervous. I got to be honest with you. You're making me nervous. I'm like, hey, what's going on here?
I'm sorry, Gloria Allred.
Anyways, we didn't get to the Family Feud thing. Do we have time? Let's play the clip of the Family Feud. Somebody said something on the air, and this show's getting kind of gross, yet kind of funny in a weird way.
Megan, tell me something you put in your mouth but you don't swallow. Wow.
Set up.
You ever walked up to somebody and saw the look on their face and you just know? I walked up to her and I went, whoa. I mean, man. You talk about the cat that ate the canary look. Megan, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think about this show and all the years it's aired. How many families have enjoyed this wonderful form of Christian entertainment? So find a way to give me your answer and keep it where we can all be working when you're done.
Well, I'm a pastor's wife, but I will say this out loud. They're sperm.
She's a pastor's wife? She said sperm.
You know it's up there, Steve.
How can they say that on TV?
It's up there.
It's up there.
We're going for the money.
We're going for the money, so that makes it all right.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter I'm a pastor's wife. Ticket to hell is worth $20,000. You know, it's up there, Steve. No, I don't know a damn
Okay,
thing.
all right. What is this, the longest clip? All right. I'm guessing it was up there. It wasn't?
You know what? You're not supposed to swallow that? It's news to me. That's not what they told me in L.A. County Jail. When I was their guest for a week. Now go ahead and swallow that. First of all, the bigger news is that Family Feud's still on. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Steve Harvey has, 11 jobs?
He's unbelievable.
What a workaholic that guy is.
Yeah, and he's a funny cat,
I think
man.
he's funny, Steve
I saw
Harvey,
him when Chris Rock took us to see the original Kings of Comedy. And
Yeah.
he's just an old school, and I mean, a little chip on his shoulder. I love it.
Yeah,
he just tells it like it is. Those banana yellow suits and the baggy pants.
He's amazing in that movie. That I love his bit. Remember, it's sports related about Ray Caruth, the Carolina Panther. Who supposedly, and he was on supposedly had his wife shot or shot his wife or something.
Yeah, pregnant wife.
Yeah. And he was on the run.
What did Steve say?
Steve said, when they caught him, I looked at the TV and I said, "You are not in the trunk. Please tell me you are not in the trunk." He was in the trunk. That's not where you hide. That's the first place they're going to look. You are not in the trunk. Yeah.
He's
Well,
a funny cat, man. And anyways,
I'm glad to see that he took the home improvement guy away from Family Feud because I was getting sick of him.
Was he on there?
Yeah, the home improvement guy.
Who?
Al.
Oh, Al, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about him.
The sidekick.
Anyways, we thought that we can't say stuff like that on radio. We were shocked. Anyways, next up, we're going to talk about a boxer who's got quite a story. I guarantee they're going to make a movie about this next story, and it won't be Brad Pitt playing.
And I can guarantee neither one of us will be in it.
You got that right, too. It's the Nick and Artie Show, 800-546-7663.
back to Nick and Artie, or as they're known to girls, the tools of ignorance.
Hello, folks.
Never been so insulted in my life.
Me
by
either.
A bumper.
I mean, what's going on here? What are we, targets on our back? A couple of fellas just trying to make a living here. But Brandon Marshall, first of all, the guy who said he was going to get in a fight and get kicked out by the second quarter, but he decided to stay in and play the whole game and not catch touchdown. He just caught a pass. He didn't get, this is a clip we just saw. Did you see the play where he caught a pass and he runs out of bounds? He was all alone.
Yeah, I didn't know much about him or the Dolphins before tonight. I'm watching this whole game, and Brandon Marshall sucks. That's the conclusion.
He's horrendous. And but I understand letting a ball go through your hands, but he catches a ball. He's by himself. He's 5 yards from the sideline. He bangs up. You know what it reminded me of, Artie? Remember the electric football games?
Yeah.
The guy would break down the middle. He'd vibrate all the way down the field and make a hard left. Like there was a liquor store at the 5-yard line. He was an alcoholic. That's exactly what that looked like. He vibrated out of bounds.
Yeah.
He really is bipolar or whatever.
A borderline personality disorder, which
sorry.
I think every serial killer has had. If you watch biography on any serial killer from Ed Gein to Ted Bundy. But, Brandon Marshall stinks.
Yeah, I think that, that's as accurate as you can put it. Boy, what happened to the Dolphins? It used to be a proud organization.
Yeah, it's a shame Dan Marino doesn't have a ring because he was one of my favorites, Dan Marino.
Absolutely. Hey, how about this guy? Speaking of killers, this guy didn't kill somebody but was convicted of killing somebody. Dewey Bozella. You see this? Did you hear about this guy fighting Saturday night?
Yeah.
He's on the undercard.
Is he 100 years old or something?
He's 52 years old. After 26 years behind bars for a murder he didn't commit, Bozella triumphantly realized a dream deferred in his first and only professional fight. Bozella won his pro boxing debut Saturday night, beating Larry Hopkins by unanimous decision. And what a life this guy has. It's just crazy, man. His life was chronicled on ESPN's ESPY Awards in July. Bozella was honored with the Arthur Ashe Courage Award on the show. Wrongly convicted of killing a 92-year-old woman in 1983, he earned 2 college degrees and became the light heavyweight champion of Sing Sing before he was exonerated.
My God.
Can you imagine? There was a lack of physical evidence, and
26 years. There's no way to pay a guy back.
Exactly.
There's not enough money you could get in a lawsuit.
No, there isn't.
Years.
But they should give him.
Like I say, I did a week in a county jail, and it's a living hell. 26 years for something you didn't do.
Listen to the life he had, though. It's unbelievable. His father beat his pregnant mother to death when he was 9 years old, and 2 of his brothers were murdered on Brooklyn streets.
Oh God!
I mean, 52 years old, and he won the fight, and that's all. He just wanted to. That's got to be your worst nightmare, fighting a guy who was wrongly convicted.
Yeah.
Talk about having a chip on your shoulder.
And you got 2 college degrees in Sing Sing?
Yeah, I didn't know you could do that. I only have 1. I haven't been convicted of nothing.
I don't want to insult the inmates because I predict that one day I'll be one again. But I don't put much credit into those degrees you get there. I don't think the classes are that tough.
You don't think it's like a Villanova?
Yeah, I don't think.
Engineering degree?
If you have a college degree from Sing Sing, I don't think it's something that'll get you a job.
When they say Sing Sing, that's up where I live. I don't want to give it away, but in that area. I wonder if he's up there.
Like there's going to be a stalker driving all over Sing Sing.
We're going to have Dewey Bozella on later in the week, hopefully. He's going to call into the show.
Dewey's going to call in?
Absolutely.
So his punishment's not over yet.
No. Exactly. But you're going to tell me they're not going to make a movie out of that?
They should.
I'm telling you.
And who should play him?
I would, what
does he look like?
I tell you who I'd play. Who does he look like? I'd have, remember Mr. Roper? The guy that played Mr. Roper?
Yeah, Norman Fell.
Yeah.
I don't think he's alive.
All right. It's about the same age, though.
But, speaking of, who plays you in a movie, I saw a picture of the actual Billy Bean, and it's a very nice compliment to that guy that Brad Pitt is playing him in that movie.
Yeah, how does that work?
I mean, Brad Pitt plays him in the movie, and Billy Bean kind of looks like, I don't know.
Buck Henry.
Right. I don't know. He doesn't. So I think he should be really excited about that.
Yeah. Who would play you, Artie?
Mindy Cohn.
Oh, yeah, we already discussed that.
Who would play me in the movie? I don't know. I don't think anybody would want to.
How many movies? You were in Old School, too, weren't you?
I was in Old School.
I just see last night or 2 nights ago, I'm laying on the couch.
Yeah.
There's a scene where you're hanging a picture up over a fireplace.
Yeah, that's the last scene, yeah. Yeah. The last thing you see in Old School is my face.
You are, unbelievable.
I still get Old School and Elf are the ones I get the most checks from.
Still getting checks, huh?
Well, Elf, to be an Elf, I got to thank Will Ferrell and Jon Favreau for that. That's like a Christmas bonus. They run marathons of it. It's become like a classic.
I know.
It was an 18-hour workday up in Vancouver, though. I was a little pissed.
How about Bear League? They don't run that. I could use a residual.
You haven't gotten them? You should have gotten them. We had a whole legal thing about that. We did.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's right. The guys who finance, they're a little on the shady side, no?
You know what, I'll... no,
for nothing, Artie, but they owe you like 10 large, no?
They're legitimate.
They were good guys.
Whatever they do, I'm not sure what it is. But something with pavement.
Rebar.
No, you are owed money, and you know what? I'll give it to you after the show up front, and I'll just collect it from the guys.
Yeah, just buy me a slice. Call it even. But let's go to Chris. No, I'm sick of St. Louis. Let's go to. Is it Arm in Long Island? Arm.
Hey guys, I got a reference. What would Dennis Miller say about this? He goes, "You got to see Artie Lang's Brando moment in the 4th floor, for Christ's sake." Artie in a. You ever see the 4th floor, Artie? What are you playing, a landlord in that? What is that?
In the 4th floor,
Yeah,
thank you.
What are you doing in that?
That's a
He's got a limp,
I'm in the 4th. I'm in the 4th floor, which was shot in East Brunswick, Canada, which is close to Halifax, Nova Scotia, literally in the middle of nowhere.
From. On my mother's
Really?
side, yes.
It was like the World Series was going on. The Yankees were playing the Padres while I was up there shooting the movie, and on the radio they had a semi-pro hockey game. I couldn't get a score. And I play a landlord, and I have scenes with Juliette Lewis and William Hurt. Like, it's a legitimate movie.
That's how you play the Kevin Bacon game with Johnny Depp and Artie. Depp was with Gilbert Grape with Juliette Lewis, and connect Artie to 4th floor with Juliette Lewis. In one
That's
move.
right.
In one move.
Thank you for figuring that out.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, I'm in a.
You guys mentioned Toto last week. This is a Toto song. Meet Nick all the way, yeah, Rosanna, yeah. That's a Toto.
Right on the money, Arm.
Hey guys, can I? This NFL
real quickly.
You guys are both tri-state area guys. What is these dinosaur NFL coverage in the tri-state area? Can you please explain this blackout rule to me? And please explain to me why I couldn't see the end of the friggin' Detroit-San Francisco game yesterday. Can they not split screen this stuff in 2011? Why are we still mired with this blackout crap? What is that? How do they make
TV?
They're showing infomercials, for Christ's sake.
Oh, you can't say that, sir. You can't say.
How are they making money on that?
For Pete's sake, try that. It's contractual obligations.
It's all money.
That we couldn't get into comprehend or.
The Yankees weren't on Cablevision, and I had Cablevision for 1 year because billionaires were fighting over money. Literally, I could see the George Washington Bridge, which is a foot from Yankee Stadium, from the terrace of my apartment.
You can't watch it.
And I couldn't get the Yankees on television.
Unbelievable. Hey, Arm, thanks for the call, pal. Next up, folks, we're going to talk anything that you guys want to talk about. Maybe some BCS rankings. There'll be college football.
Oh, I'll be out of the room for that one.
And I don't understand that for the life
No,
of me.
you're getting me into college football.
Seriously.
It's very exciting.
It
is. No, it's unreal.
The one time I told them to watch it a couple Saturdays ago, they were all blowouts. Yeah, the night games are good.
A couple of good games.
And we got some audio from the Oregon coach being interviewed by Aaron Andrews, and something funny goes on there. So stay tuned. It's the Nick and Artie Show.
Now back to two guys who use their man boobs as chest protectors.
Welcome back.
Did I ever tell you about Rex Ryan?
I know, that voice is creeping me out. I'll be hearing that in my head tonight. 800-546-7663. And go to iTunes. You can download podcasts, whatever, of the show.
Big announcement, yeah.
Absolutely. That's a big thing.
Nick and Artie Show podcast.
And while you're there, you can get Raw Nerve, my Showtime special. The album's on there.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, well, it was in the top 10 for about 2 weeks, and it dropped to 268 out of 200. But same people are ordering that order the mint chess set at 3 in the morning. Coke dealers ordering shovels on QVC and...
That's how I ordered a kid once.
You ordered a kid?
I ordered a kid when I was like 19. I came home drunk at 4 in the morning, and Linda Evans got to me, and she was showing these kids, and I bought a kid in Costa Rica, and I did it while I was drunk, and I sort of forgot I did it. And 2 weeks later, I get a thing in the mail and a picture of this 8-year-old Costa Rican kid named Minor Salazar, and I had to send the kid like $1.
I did that too.
$1 a week or something, and I wrote the kid a couple of letters. He wrote me a couple of letters. I lost touch with him after a couple of years. I don't know what he's doing.
He saw Dirty Works. He never called you back.
I was kind of hoping, like, now playing shortstop for the Dodgers.
Exactly.
Minor Salazar.
I did the same thing. I sponsored a kid over there, third world country, sent them like $1.50 a month. About 3 years later, he sends me a picture of me. He's sitting on a Porsche with some hot chick and me the finger. You know?
Yeah, Minor Salazar. I'd get letters like, Minor is a young boy living in Costa Rica. His father's a fisherman who makes 50 cents a week, which can't support Minor and his 15 brothers and sisters. Shows you a mud hut. I felt like sending him a condom and said, give this to your old man.
No, exactly. Don't send him money. Exactly. Send him a... I don't understand. I'm trying to eat a nice cheesesteak at midnight, and they show these kids fighting through the garbage in the Appalachians.
Send the kid a dental dam and give it to his mother. Can you say dental dam?
Yes, you can.
You
Just
can't
don't
say dental damn it.
You can't say, for Christ's sakes, a dental dam. I like college football. I mean, Artie, I'm trying to convert Artie. I love college football, and I'll argue this till I'm blue in the face. I was a huge NFL fan for you. I started watching NFL literally when I was 6 years old.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be 50 in January.
Right.
So that's 44 years.
Wow.
But I got tired of it about 20 years ago. It's watered down. That game tonight, come on. Anybody, does that look like good football to you?
We should announce, right, the final. What was it, 24-6?
But I say...
Jets cover.
Yeah, Jets cover, so that means I get 8 right. And I was beaten by, again, the cleaning lady in the pool. But I'm just saying, you're going to tell me you'd rather sit down and watch the Jets and Dolphins on Monday night than like Alabama, LSU on a Saturday afternoon with 18-year-old cheerleaders and all the hoopla. And you see the...
Based on that last clip, I'd rather watch Family Feud with Steve Harvey than either one of them. No, but you're right. You are. I love college hoops for the same reason you love college football better, because they seem like they're more into it. The games are more exciting. There's more passion.
Yeah.
And I've been getting into college football a little more now.
Yeah, I see. I'm not a huge even pro basketball fan, so that's why college hoops does nothing for me. But you are a football fan. Like
I love football.
And I always make the argument, you wouldn't want to watch like let's say Lawrence Taylor when he was 20 years old and in his physical prime in college. You know what I'm saying? Steve's not buying it, the board up. He's not buying the But like you said, I mean, it's just the game's a lot cleaner as far as, I mean, there's not somebody jumping off sides. You never see a college team get 15 illegal procedure penalties. And, you know what I mean? They're still disciplined, and they do it because they love it. They want to get drafted. The hitting is vicious. It's fast. It really is. I just absolutely, and like I said, I've been a fan of the NFL for years. Those teams, to me, a lot of them are interchangeable. You know what I'm saying?
There's too much parity, is what you're saying.
Yes, you could take the Bengals versus the Tampa Bay, and you could switch it with New Orleans versus Denver. Yeah, exactly. The Texans, and you're like...
Yeah, it'd be hard to be a gambler now with the NFL the way it is.
Don't you think?
Trying to figure out stuff.
Absolutely. Don't you think the bookers, they have to be, this has to be a dream from this parity, right?
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
Want parity. They want to just scoop the vig off the top.
They want it to be, where, exactly. A lot of people can't figure it out.
We got the BCS standings, the latest BCS rankings. And by the way, ever see the formulas? It's based on 3 polls: the Harris Interactive, the USA Today, and I think the AP. And one of them is a computer-generated number. You know which one, Aaron? But again, everybody complains about the computer and the formula. Again, it's only 33% of the whole thing. But they have LSU as number 1, Alabama at 2. Oklahoma at 3, Oklahoma State at 4, Boise State at 5, Wisconsin at 6, Clemson at 7, Stanford at 8, Arkansas at 9, Oregon at 10. Clemson, who did they just sneak? But that was the game of the weekend. Clemson, oh my God, I watched
I think they beat Sing Sing.
No. Yeah, it was. Dewey Bocello had the winning touchdown.
You know, I must say, I did stand-up at Ohio State once during football season, and the guy who booked me invited me to one of the games. And I forget who they were playing. It wasn't Michigan. It wasn't that big rivalry. It was somebody else. But, you know, at halftime, you know, they make a big deal how the band dots the I.
Yeah,
I'm such a cynical jerk from Jersey. I was like, that's going to be goofy. I could care less. It's not going to be impressive. It's talked about too much.
I don't know cursive.
Right. And when they dot the I, I got to impress. I got to admit.
Was that pretty awesome?
It's impressive. Dotting the I when they do that is very impressive at an Ohio State game.
Anyways, it was Maryland versus Clemson. It was a shootout this weekend.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And I just love college ball. Give us a call, 800-546-7663, if you like it, too. We'll be right back.
And now, the radio program America has been waiting to hear. The radio program that answers the question. Hey, what's the matter? The TV broken. It's Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang. The Nick and Artie Show.
Look out. Here it goes.
Welcome back to the third hour, folks.
Sounds like music you'd hear at a rape.
Why?
No, I'm kidding, but I like it. Not rape. I like the music.
Oh. Yeah, I can see your point.
I mean, it sounds. This isn't Southern rock, but it sounds Molly Hatchety, like, you know.
You throw me with that line. You know, all the rapes I've been to, dead silence. No. That's a joke, by the way.
No, there was music on, right?
It was. No. Yeah, the theme to Titanic. But that's not funny, that type, unless it happens to you. 800-546-7663. 800-546-7663. We really didn't review the what went on in the NFL this past weekend, and somebody asked the question, I think it's a good one, why are they still kicking it to Devin Hester?
Yeah, really.
48-yard touchdown reception, a 60-yard punt return, is that right? Both? How good is this guy?
I know technically we have a sports show.
Yeah.
But who's Devin Hester? No, I'm kidding.
He played the superintendent on Facts of Life. Remember?
No, yeah. Well, I guess the
Bears.
You kick to him because it's you want that competitive thing. You want to play against the best. You know, so you do something dumb and kick to him.
You might even have a wager in there. You want to cover. It's like, why? And
you know what Devin Hester needs? A good taste, a good dose of Tommy Harris.
Tommy Harris. Exactly.
Letting his whole personality come out.
That's right. Let me show my personality. Runs down the field, take out a knife, and stabs him.
Well, he just punched the guy.
And, he punched him. His whole personality. What else?
I love that that's his whole personality.
Yeah, he just showed all sides of you. Very, very complicated man.
Again.
Thank you. They have the video up on the nickandartie.com.
Of what?
On the Facebook page.
Of what?
Of Tommy Harris, I think.
Really?
You guys, by the way, L.A., you're doing a great job. They're right on top of this.
I didn't know we had a Facebook page.
Look at this SEC confrontation before the game. It's getting crazy out there. And what else happened? Quarterback controversy. Rex Grossman. Jesus. Every time you bring him up, it's a controversy. He threw 4 picks. So they put John Beck in. I don't even. Sounds like an author. He wasn't even. He's an author. He's not even a football player.
Yeah,
John Beck.
it sounds like the guy who's the lead at the Ibsen Festival.
He led the team to their only touchdown of the night. And Donovan McNabb, who he looks like an offensive tackle trying to play quarterback.
Yeah, it's
he
over.
He kept gaining weight every year,
It's
and
over.
I loved him.
I love Donovan McNabb.
I followed him.
He was fun to watch.
I followed him at Syracuse, and he's been something else, but he's finished. And I hope he doesn't pull a Brett Favre and insist on coming back. I don't think he will. But Christian Ponder came in. He was a Florida State quarterback who came in for McNabb, and he looked darn good in the last few minutes of the game.
Whenever I hear the
Christian
name
Ponder.
Whenever I hear the name McNabb, I think of the All in the Family because that was his Irish neighbor's name.
McNabb.
McNabb.
He comes over with a camera when Sammy Davis is 800-546.
Mr. McNabb call.
7663. 800-546-7663. What else?
Remember the All in the Family episode where the Cleavon Little and the guy who played Sanford's son break into the house? And
yes,
they play the 2 burglars.
Oh, yes.
And so they pick up the phone, and it's Mr. McNabb calling.
Right.
And he wants to warn Archie that there's 2 black guys. And Cleavon Little is so funny. When Archie gets home, we want to tell you Mr. McNabb called. Yeah.
Why can't you do that? I mean,
Cleavon Little was great. Blazing Saddles.
My God. A lot of guys you saw like All in the Family,
right.
And they later became, the guy in, who? Oh, God. L.A. Confidential, the guy that played the older Irish cop.
Yeah, he was
Stretch Cunningham.
Stretch Cunningham. I
Yeah.
did a movie with that guy.
Who haven't you done a movie with?
I did a movie
other
with
than-
that guy. He's a nice guy. He's a vegan. Yeah, I remember that about
The
him.
guy from that generation's a vegan?
I did a movie called The Bachelor with that guy, James Cromwell.
James Cromwell.
Yeah.
Guy's been in a lot of stuff.
Real nice guy, and he's a vegan, and quite frankly, in person, he looks like he could use a roast beef sandwich.
Most of them
Yeah.
do. How about the Raiders? Here, my Oakland Raiders finally coming around, right? McFadden's running wild, and they lose their quarterback. Campbell breaks his collarbone. Now they're saying 6 weeks.
That's Al
Yesterday they were
Davis.
saying for the season. Now they're saying 6 weeks.
It's the curse of Al Davis.
No, you're right. They won their first game at home since Al died. And Jason Campbell's having a decent year, right? Breaks the collarbone. And what else? The Eagles, they still have life. They are covered.
Yeah, they look. Michael Vick had a decent game, and the Eagles won.
Yeah, and my boy Tom Brady. I mean, he gets the ball with a little 2 minutes left. He's got to go 80 yards, and he gets more accurate as the game.
How about his life? He's 5-1. He's got 3 rings. He's 5-1.
And a bye.
5-1 going into the bye week, so he's got the week off
To hang out with who?
Tomorrow he wakes up next to Giselle Bundchen. Bundchen, what kind of a name is that? I hate saying that.
It's a very pretty name.
I
now.
hate saying that in the shower alone, but I have to. Oh, Miss Bundchen.
Coincidentally, it's German for soap.
Yeah. So Tom Brady
just picks him apart. Dallas is playing a good defense all day,
Right.
And then it's not now. It's money time, and it's these out patterns, these 10-yard outs. People take for how far these. When you throw it out, it's like a 40-yard pass.
That's how Montana was. That's why he's the new Montana.
Exactly.
It's like Montana would that offense that Bill as a Giant fan, I just can't stand it. Like the video of those slants over the middle of John Taylor and Roger Craig with a screen pass, and he runs 53 yards.
Yeah, with those high knee kicks like a rocket.
Oh my God! But that's Tom Brady.
That pass is, and if you look at statistics, that the winning touchdown for the Pats, that it was an 8-yard pass. Technically,
Right.
but he dropped back 7 yards, so he's on the 15 and throws it to the back of the end zone, which is another 10.
Wait, let me get out a pen.
It's a 25-yard dart.
7, 10.
Go ahead, Artie. What's that?
You're right. It's 25.
You parlay that into.
So you went to college?
Yes, I did.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, Black Bears, University of Maine. Yes, sir.
Was that the name, Black Bears?
The Black Bears.
Wow.
We had a great uniform, and we had a classic, just navy blue and white with a big white M. You know, like
what was your record your senior year?
Senior year, we were like, I think we were like 5-6. But my junior year, we were co-champions or tri-champions of the Yankee Conference.
Oh wow!
We and this is. Do we have time?
And the Yankee Conference had who else in it?
It was
Iguana State.
Oh, come on now, Artie.
Who was in the Yankee
Some
Conference?
football factories, Plattsburgh, VMI. No,
Plattsburgh.
No, it was Boston University, Rhode Island, New Hampshire,
Tough teams.
Delaware. I mean, no, it was a pretty good division. UMass. And it's unbelievable. We lost our first 2 games. The first game we lost to Rhode Island, by the way, we made history. It was the first year that the overtime was implemented, college, and they start on the 25.
Oh, yeah.
We played in the first game ever.
No kidding.
Yeah, it went 5 overtimes.
Wow.
It was the game was almost 5 hours long. It's still in the college, and we lost that game, right? Next game, we go down to BU. We're winning in Boston, right? 3 minutes left. We're driving to kill the clock. Our quarterback fumbles.
Oh.
They recover.
Madonna,
they pitch out to this kid, Paul Lewis, this running back who ran about a 4.3 40. Goes 80 yards, ties it up. We go. This is after we lost in 5 overtimes the following week. We go into overtime again. They kick a field goal, put us into overtime. We lose that one in 3 overtimes. Go to Towson State the next weekend. We're beating them 36-14 in the third quarter. End up losing. The kid kicks a field goal. They beat us 37-36. Our coach chases us off the field. We have it on film. Him chasing us off the field.
Google that.
And then we won 7 in a row, or 6 or 7 in a row. Rattled off. That was a good coaching job. Most teams would have quit at that point.
You playing in that first overtime game trumps my doing a movie with James Cromwell.
No way.
Absolutely.
I think I might have got in on one play.
By the way, you guys just got
starting at that point.
You just got a taste of what it's like being with Nick at a diner after a gig. Not another Maine story.
Okay. Well, me playing at Maine, you're right. It's like those A movies you've been doing. Come on.
You're in one of them. And
that was a damn good movie. I'm not just saying that. That was Beer League. Go get it, folks. Seriously.
Thank you.
It's. I was just upset. Again, the critics. Most of them
critics
are
don't
fruity.
like it.
No, they. If it's not the thing. If it's not Rent, the story. The plot from Rent.
Honestly, I've been in 15 movies. In the New York Post, I've gotten a total of 2 stars.
800-546-7663. We're going to play some audio when we get back of a coach yelling at the fans during an interview. We want to talk a little about that poor race car driver, Dan Weldon.
Yeah, that's a bad story.
You got to mention it just as a tribute to the guy. And a lot more. It's the Nick and Artie Show.
Now back to the Cagney and Lacey of Sports Talk. Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang.
Yeah, I'm Cagney. That's Lacey to my right.
Cagney and Lacey.
Yeah. Imagine.
What about Hardcastle and McCormick?
Oh, God, that's better. I wish I thought of that.
Hardcastle and McCormick tonight.
How about Jake and the Fat Man?
Jake and the Fat Man.
Welcome back to the show. 800-546-7663. And I guess Chip Kelly, coach of Oregon? Or is it Oregon State? Oregon, right? Huh? Oregon State? Yeah.
Is that the Beavers?
Is it? Chip Kelly, Oregon State?
Are they the Beavers?
I don't think so. I think a guy named Riley was a coach of Oregon State. I'm going to bet my producer right now. I think Chip Kelly. Isn't Chip Kelly?
I'll say it again. Are they the Beavers?
They'll be Oregon State.
Oregon State's the Beavers.
Yeah.
Right.
But Oregon. Thank you. Chip Kelly's with the Ducks. I can see why Aaron get fired at ESPN.
And who are the Gamecocks?
He didn't, did he? I'm just kidding.
Who are the
South
Gamecocks?
Carolina?
South Carolina, the Gamecocks.
Yeah.
Now, do the Gamecocks ever play the Beavers? And does anyone ever make an off-color joke about it? Are they in the same conference?
Yes, they are. The STD conference. It's like the SEC, only much.
Oh, the Gamecocks against the Beavers. We got a tidy tussle here in the Northwest. The Beavers, a wee bit capacious.
And it's funny, they never have to wear pink. You know, it's amazing.
This tough Gamecock team coming in.
Apparently, Chip Kelly, that's right on the money, brother. Chip Kelly, the coach of the Ducks, was being interviewed by Erin Andrews, the lovely Erin Andrews. And I guess some fans were being a little unruly, and he got a little upset, as coaches will do.
Your defense there in the end, but the big question all week long will be about your quarterback, your offense. What do you know about Darren Thomas's injury?
He gets injured again. Hey, will you shut up?
Thank you.
That guy, that kid deserved it.
Oh, come on.
Just a chooch. Come on. Just a guy, just typical of that generation. Me. Get me on TV. Loser. Should have turned around and belted him, but then you know what happens.
This coming from a guy who's been trying to get on TV for 25 years.
Yeah, and doing it the right way, playing smoky clubs, not whipping my ass out on Facebook or whatever on YouTube.
You're right, exactly. You're exactly
You know what
right.
I'm saying?
You're talented, which apparently is not wanted in this business.
You're darn right. 800-546-7663. Is there a blackout on the phones? What's going on here? I mean, before it was lit up like a telethon for little chubby kids.
For chubby kids.
Chubby kids. Who
The one
eat too
group.
much. The one group that does.
The one group you had to make fun of.
Can I hear that again? I just want. I love college coaches. They're crazy.
Worried about going into this race.
Boy, you've done a bang-up job tonight, Steve. I'll tell
Defense
you.
there in the end, but the big question all week long will be about your quarterback, your offense. What do you know about Darren Thomas's injury?
He gets injured again. Hey, will you shut up?
Sounds like my father at the kitchen table. You know, when we were kids. Will you shut? My again, I don't get all passionate, but Ron Rogerson was our coach, the late great Ron Rogerson,
legendary.
Legendary. Well, he ended up he was one of those guys. A guy dropped the pass right in front of our bench. He goes, "Nice hands, 80." Hit a lisp. "Nice hands, 82. Nice hands." And then he'd taunt the defensive backs, "You couldn't cover me." And he'd laugh, you know. Beat red face. His kid's like a Navy SEAL, like the top, Ron.
I love
passed
lists.
away jogging. Loved him.
Well, I see. That's why I don't jog.
You're going to pass away on your couch?
I love lisps and stories about lisps. When I was on Mad TV, Fox had this really hot chick who was like in the publicity department, and she lisped really bad, but she was hot enough to where it didn't matter.
Yep.
But Fox's slogan that year happened to be "It's a super season on Fox," like one of those stupid network slogans. So she had to tell every reporter it's a super season on Fox. Okay. So, but she was hot enough to where it was fine. Like, everybody loved her because she was hot, and that's all that matters in this world. I don't lisp, and no one likes me. So, she got super thieving on Fox. So me and my buddy are trying to talk to her, and finally we get a chance of talking to her. We're trying to make small talk with a hot chick. You don't know what to say. And we ask her where she went to college, and I swear to God, she goes, San Diego State. If you have a lisp and you're choosing colleges, wouldn't you stay away from any S's?
I'd go to BU.
Right.
I'd go to BU. Even if I get accepted on a full boat to San Diego State.
Go to UCLA. Like your daughter has a horrible lisp, and you let her go to San Diego State.
That is just.
It just proves why hotness doesn't
trumps
matter.
Everything.
I didn't mention it. I was like, San Diego State. San Diego State. It's a super season on Fox. Super Thokers.
Let me hear you say that sucks.
Yeah, I love lisps.
What did she look like?
Oh my God, she looked like a young Heather Locklear. I swear to you.
Is that right?
Oh yeah.
So she could have had, that's unbelievable. She could have like a club foot, and nobody would pay attention.
Right.
I actually went home with a stripper who had one hand.
Did you really?
Honest to God.
I believe
the
it.
Golden Banana in Danvers. and she hit it while she was dancing with like veils and crap.
Really?
Yeah. Man, was I surprised back at my apartment. Holy moly. But stunning Italian-looking Revere.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Strippers
She
are
had the
interesting.
hand of a 14-year-old Afghan boy who...
Strippers are interesting people once you get to know them for about 3 hours.
And that's enough. That's really...
You know,
absolutely,
yeah.
you know. And
I wish I had on tape some of the conversations I've had with strippers. The things
yeah.
I've told. I told a stripper once that I wrote...
a novel?
No. What movie? I told her I wrote... not Saving Private Ryan.
Rooster Cogburn?
I wrote Jurassic Park. That's what I told her. And she believed me for 2 hours, like, and in L.A., and she asked me, she said, what do you do? Like, and she's giving me a lap dance. She's like all in my face. She goes, what do you do? I go, I'm a writer, you know. And she goes, what have you written? I go, Jurassic Park. And she goes, get out of here. And I'm like, really? I mean, yeah, Jurassic Park, a few other movies. But that's the one that's done the most, the business. And she couldn't believe it. She was and then, like, after like an hour-long lap dance, she's giving me free lap dances because she thinks I'm big in the business now.
That's the thing.
I made out with her because she thought I wrote Jurassic Park.
And then they tell you a story, you know, about how their dad held their hand over an oven flame for 10 minutes, and that's why she put cigarettes out on herself.
Well, one stripper in L.A. once told me, she said, you're a comedian, right? I said, yeah. She said, do you know Ray Romano? And I said, I've met him a couple of times. She goes, I wrote a spec script for Everyone Loves Raymond. I have it in the back. Would you mind giving it to him? And I'm like, sure, of course. Let's just finish up this lap dance. I finished up the lap dance. I just left when she went to go get it. I just left the building. But to this day, I'm so mad.
I was going to say, I would have rather seen that script in her ass.
I
at
would
that
put,
point.
like, if I had that script, I would put it up as a play. Like,
no, exactly.
You know what I mean? I would really put it up like this. She said I wrote a spec script for Everyone Loves Raymond, or Everybody Loves Raymond. And I had met Ray Romano twice, but, you know.
Hey, let me see that script. Not bad. Hey, come on. Actually, a funny show. I flipped through it.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about syndication money. He put his figures in the paper today.
Ray Romano's a funny, talented guy.
Sweetheart of a guy.
And the best guy in the world.
No,
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I remember he was in my acting class with Joanna Bexon, by the way.
Wow.
Like he bring it up. And I was so surprised. I'm like, why is he taking acting? Because he's such a shy guy. This was obviously 20-something years ago.
Right.
And me and him did a scene where, like, he was my dying dad. And I'm supposed to do this touching scene. I'm his son.
Oh,
and we ended up, like, laughing through it. And
of course. You're
people are throwing
comedians.
stuff at us. And then at a blink of an eye, he goes out to Hollywood and he's huge.
To be a good actor, you have to be stupid. You know, because you can't have logic. You know, like if someone tells you pretend to be a tree, an intelligent person goes, "I'm not a tree, I'm a person." But an idiot can become a tree.
But there's some bright. That's true. De Niro doesn't seem like a rocket scientist when you.
I love De Niro,
Right?
but when he's interviewed,
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
But you know,
there's a few like James Woods. This
is he a bright guy?
Yeah, he got perfect scores on his SATs.
I think David Charvet.
And he quit Harvard like a week before.
David Charvet from Baywatch Nights, I think is.
Let's go to Greg in New York. He has an opinion about the Oregon coach on that audio we played. Go ahead, Greg.
Guys, first I'd like to say I'm so happy to hear you guys together. You're two of the people that aren't what's wrong with the comedy world now. You're all that's right with it.
God bless you, Greg.
The kid that was screaming behind the coach, at that age, with Erin Andrews standing there and those gravity-defying knobs, how are you even giving the, hey, look at me, I'm on TV scream? When you guys are that age, weren't you just staring at her and, like, drooling over it?
Yeah, that is you just summed that up. I wish I didn't see the actual visual, the video clip. I just heard the audio, but yeah, that's
there's a good
exactly.
reason.
It's a good point.
There's a good reason he wasn't staring at them. If you look closely, it's one of the writers from.
Maybe it's too easy. They get enough in the dorm these days that they don't notice stuff like that. But I turned 48 in 2 days, and I'm still noticing stuff like that. Anyway, it's great to listen to you guys. I'm going to be listening every night. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Greg.
Thank you, buddy.
See that? That guy was funny, made a good point, got right off the line. I like that.
No, there's a reason that guy wasn't staring at Aaron Andrews. If you look closely, he's one of the writers from Modern Family.
Another show I've yet to see.
You got to TiVo that.
I know. I heard it's pretty funny.
It is funny, actually.
It is. All right. Hey,
I've never seen it.
I know you haven't. It's Nick and Artie, folks. We got a lot more to come. We're going to talk about the types of germs you can find on your cell phone. There's a new app that got some guy, actually got some woman in trouble. The husband tracked her down like the rat that she was. You don't hear those stories very often, do you?
I love when a broad gets in trouble.
Yeah, you don't hear those stories. They bury them.
As Black Sabbath plays.
It's Nick and Artie, 800-546-7663. Straight ahead, kids.
Now back to the Shields and Yarnell of Sports Talk. Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang.
Oh, my God. They played that one back to back.
No, Cagney and Lacey was before.
Oh, that's right.
Is there one bumper with a reference after 1970?
Come on. I thought you'd find that funny.
I think it's hilarious, but
I wasn't doing it for the audience. It's the last thing I'm going to do.
Well, you better start.
Oh, please.
Doing something for the
you
audience.
You can get this show on iTunes. It must be going well. They don't put anybody on iTunes.
Yeah.
Sure they don't. The kid that opened for me in Chicago is on iTunes.
Yeah, you're right. There's nothing on iTunes.
But
my neighbor put out an album. It's on.
Let's go to Jerry in Delaware. He has a comment about Artie's movie career. Jerry, welcome to the show.
Hi, Nick. I just got your tweet and called up as soon as I could. I a long time ago had an idea for Artie to do Beer League 2 and put all his comedy friends in it.
Really? Well, that's a good idea.
That was sort of the idea of Beer League 1.
That'll never happen unless some rich guy who has Alzheimer's we can get to sign a piece of paper under duress, because no one else is going to give us money for it. But Beer League 1, I tried to put as many of the people who I actually thought were funny in it. And
that kid, who played the real a-hole?
Manganelli.
Yeah.
Anthony DeSando.
That's
his name, yeah.
Who was on The Sopranos in the first couple of seasons.
Yeah.
Played
great actor.
Christopher's buddy, Brandon.
Who gets shot in the bathtub
in the eye.
Right.
Who was so damn funny in that role.
Yeah,
what
perfect.
An actor that kid is.
He was perfect. You know who auditioned to play that was Scott Baio, and Scott Baio sent in a tape of it. And we had already cast Ralph Macchio, and we were like, well, you know,
I always confuse them.
Chachi and the Karate Kid in the same movie. We might catch some crap. But Scott Baio was good.
He was.
And then Anthony sends in the tape and did all these funny things. He was so good on the tape that we cast him off a tape. That's rare that happens.
And then I go to the opening of Beer League, and he comes up to me.
Yeah.
DiPaolo, I love you, but starts talking to me, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at him, and I'm going, oh, you were so good, and, you were so funny, and barely, He walks away, and I'm going, where else do I know him? My wife goes, what are you, nuts? It's Brandon from Sopranos.
Right. And he's been in a lot of things. He's in New Jack City. He's in New Jack City. He plays a guy
Thanks for the call, Jerry.
like for the Italian mob in New Jack City who Wesley Snipes cuts his ponytail off. Remember that scene?
No.
Wesley Snipes cuts his ponytail off in a scene, and it's Anthony. And Wesley Snipes, gets mad at him and pulls out a knife, and Anthony has a ponytail and then cuts his ponytail off. And then Wesley Snipes, after that movie, apparently didn't pay his taxes.
I didn't know... He must have been young in that movie, Anthony, huh?
He was young, yeah.
Chris Rock, though.
Rock's great in that movie.
That was like one of his best roles.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dominic in the Bronx. Dominic, welcome to the Nick and Artie Show.
Hey, Paishan, how are you?
What's going on?
Hey, Toto, you can still eat, right? I know you can't gamble, you can't, the drugs, none of that crap. You can still eat, am I right?
Oh, yeah, and I do it daily.
Hey, you come visit me one day in Bronx. You sit down, you bring your friend there, Ricardo. You come, we eat, we have a good time. I love you guys.
Dominic.
I love you. I miss you guys. All right?
I miss you guys,
Billy,
Dominic.
The movie.
Yeah, what
Billy.
about it?
Okay. You're Nick DiPaolo. That's you, or Ricky DiPaolo, Artie Lang, and Ralph Macchio, right?
Right.
I haven't seen such a shaky cast. I went fly fishing with the Michael J. Fox.
Oh, my God. That is insulting on so many levels.
I love
But I love you, Artie. I love you, Ricardo. You have a good show. I listen to everything.
Thank you so much.
That guy.
I love it. Guy's home writing bits at 1:15. We're doing something right. Shaky
cast, Michael J. Fox.
Fly fishing.
I don't know what's more offensive, him insulting our cast or the fact that Michael J. Fox has a horrible, incurable disease.
Yeah. Oh, well, I did it. I had a Michael J. Fox bit, too.
You shouldn't do that.
Huh? He's from Canada. He made his millions here. He don't even like us.
Oh, my God. You said the same thing about Mike Myers.
Yeah, exactly. But, no. Michael J. Fox is a cool cat. But I had a riff. I won't do it here. I did it on
go to
Dennis
Raw Nerve.
Miller. When I go to
You did it on Dennis Miller?
I call into Dennis. I didn't know Dennis, who he knows and who he doesn't know.
Yeah.
And, I call into Dennis's show, and he laughs at everything, And so I do my little Michael J. Fox thing, and you just hear, he goes, not bad, can't go there. He's a good friend of mine. Can't do it.
Not bad.
And, then I gave it a second thought and said, I'm still going to do it.
I don't even want to know what that bit was. How's that
Well,
sound?
I handed it to a flip cam to a kid, to film me at the club. And I said, it's got a tripod on it. And the kid held it in his hand instead. So I go home to watch it. I needed 3 Dramamines. I almost got motion sickness. And I thought, it was like I handed it to Michael J. Fox while he's sitting on a mechanical bull with no shirt on in February in Buffalo eating a snow cone. And I kept adding to it. Again, I'm not proud of it. Michael J. Fox is a cool cat.
You know what? That's not offensive until the snow cone part.
That's right. That's piling on.
That's piling on.
Yeah, and I agree. And,
I love how you're mad that you didn't get good video from a guy in the front row of Giggles. You hand your camera to.
Why?
You gave it to a fan at
I've
the club?
given it to many fans. It's on a tripod.
You said tape me?
Put it on your table. What are you laughing? That's so funny.
It's just
what am I missing?
The kid's paying probably $11 for a Rolling Rock. He's probably a fan of your comedy.
Right.
You'd be paid to see it. All of a sudden, he's a cinematographer for the night.
Got to put it on a table. That's the point. You didn't have to touch it. That's the whole point of the story.
I just love that you're making the audience do camera work.
Why not? Kid's sitting right up front, seeing a legend. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, no, I'm not arguing.
I asked nothing.
I'm not
I
arguing.
can't believe you expect people to go see your movies and pay $30.
I didn't expect it. $30. Is that what it is for a movie?
All right, maybe you got a point. I have said to people after I go, you guys paid a cover charge. Now you're directing my stuff. So, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well, that's the only point I'm making. I'm just making a joke. I'm sure the kid's fine with it.
All right.
One time during my act at Zany's, I asked the kid to build a deck for me.
It's always a deck. Can you seal your driveway?
Sealed driveway. I have a lot of that.
Anyways,
I do that in my Justin Timberlake
It's Nick
riff.
and Artie. We got the final segment coming up, and apparently there's fecal matter on cell phones. It's something.
There's
I tasted mine. Couldn't taste nothing. 800-546-7663, and listen to that riff. We'll be back right after this.
Now back to two guys whose feminine sides are covered with hair. Nick DiPaolo and Artie Lang.
That's us.
Remember this video? White Wedding?
Oh, did I ever?
Yeah.
The girl's crawling, I remember. A girl crawling with a very nice buttocks.
Early MTV.
Sitting in a beanbag chair. Up at Maine, by the way, my off-campus apartment. And watched my quarterback roommate put on 25 pounds in about a month after the season was.
Well, that's what you do.
Oh, absolutely. Love this kid. He'd eat a steak, then a bowl of ice cream, and like a salad bowl filled with ice cream.
You know why? Because he was a man.
Absolutely.
Did he eat gluten? You're not allowed to eat gluten anymore.
I know. I think I got a gluten problem. When I eat bread, I get all bogged up down there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
not to the point where I have caca
sorry
on my...
sorry to hear that.
Not to the point where I have caca on my phone. You read this study? 1 in 6 cell phones contaminated with fecal matter. I know you have to move your phone around to get good reception, but that's really going too far.
Well,
yeah, can you hear me now?
I understand this based on some strip clubs I've been to. I understand this. I've seen some crazy things with cell phones.
Researchers analyzed 780 swab samples, 390 from mobile phones and 390 from hands that use them in 12 UK cities. It always comes out of UK, these polls. They found that 16% of both hands and phones were contaminated with E. coli, potentially illness-causing bacteria that is fecal in origin.
Well, I love how people are surprised by this. Just walk down the street and look at most people. Walk down 38th Street, Manhattan. Look at most people, and you just go. There's got to be fecal matter all over that guy.
There's fecal. There is.
You know
it's
what I mean?
It's not their phone. They're on their forehead.
You can't see it, but I guarantee
upper lip.
There's fecal matter everywhere. How about I'm on the road. I'm sitting in a motel and I'm watching Dateline NBC. They happen to be doing a report where they put the infrared light on hotel rooms, and it shows where all the fecal matter marks and other sorts of marks are.
You find,
and they're all over bedspreads.
Yeah.
And as I'm watching, I'm laying on a bedspread at like a Quality Inn in Denver.
Exactly.
But I don't know why this is surprising.
You turn on a blue light in a horse stable, you find less poop. You know?
God knows what people are doing in this country with their phones when they're alone. You know,
they get into more detail, and again, it's nothing we haven't heard, but it's from people. Most people don't wash their hands after using the bathroom, and transferred from door handles, computer keyboards, but. You don't wash your hands after using the bathroom? I do. But then you grab...
You do?
Sometimes. If somebody's in there, you know. But you wash your hands, right? You scrub up like Hawkeye Pierce for 20 minutes up to your elbows with Physoderm.
That's a great reference.
Right? And then you rinse your hands off. And what do? You grab the doorknob on the way out of the men's room at the Comedy Cellar.
Yeah.
Which has got, again, more fecal matter on it than,
The bathroom at the Comedy Cellar. Something has to be done about that.
Oh, my God. You could find there's nothing that can be done. It's like
one time my buddy, I guess, went number 2, I guess we could say, at this place in Belmar, New Jersey, at the Jersey Shore Bar A. As he was sitting on the bowl, his knee was hitting.
It's already funny.
His knee.
I don't even know where you're going with
his knee was hitting another guy's leg that was taking a leak at a urinal. Can there be a more grotesque situation?
Well, I'll give you one close to that.
Yeah.
I'm in high school. We go to see some band in Beverly, Massachusetts.
Right.
At this real small, like, pub type thing. All of a sudden, I get stricken with number 2 pains.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, right? I go into the bathroom, which is about the size of one of the Comedy Cellar. There's no there's no door on the stall.
Right.
So there I am doing my thing. Guys are coming in. Watching me, you know? They're peeing, and I'm looking at them. They're washing their hand. And the door would swing open, right?
Yeah.
And the people in the club could look in and see me sitting there. It was the worst design. People are waving to me. I'm on the hopper like King Louis XV.
I can top it. Okay? At L.A. County Jail, before you get your cell assignment, it took 6 hours to process me.
Oh, no.
So I'm handcuffed to this Mexican kid, and I had to go to the bathroom. So they take you where there's like a row of toilets, like in the Army.
Like in the Army, yeah.
So while I'm handcuffed to this Mexican kid, I made a number 2. My knee was hitting...
What do you mean, an enchilada with rice?
My knee was touching the guy next to me. The guy next to me was like a 300-pound blood or crip.
Are you kidding?
And my knee was hitting his knee while we were both going, and I was handcuffed to a Mexican kid.
Like
is there a better album cover than that?
It's a human parlay. like a human parlay.
Really? Neither one of them. It was like a day at the park for these two guys.
They didn't even blink.
They could care less.
They've been through it so many times.
The Mexican kid had been stabbed in the ankle, and he was bleeding for 6 hours while I was handcuffed to him.
So you just have one hand free to clean yourself.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry. Are you, Steve?
Terrible.
Hey, what happened to that pizza, Aaron, that you were bragging about? Not that this triggered. Aaron doesn't even have an answer. He's just quietly shaking his head.
Aaron, I'm over my caloric intake for the day anyway.
Yeah, grandma slices or something.
Thanks for helping me out, Aaron.
But,
I want to make it through the whole contract. Look at me. Wants to bring in grandma pizza at 1 o'clock.
Look at here's some other places scientists have turned up fecal bacteria. Yeah, they don't even get into the, like you said, the hotel rooms.
Yeah.
Grocery store carts, swimming pools, soda fountains. What is this, 1955? I'm waiting for Marilyn Monroe to walk in and buy her.
Every once in a while, I go to Johnny Rockets and I have to go. Where's a soda fountain?
Exactly. Well, it's right next to the colored bathroom, which is in the white bathrooms. ATM keypads. Oh, geez, didn't even think of that one.
I'm telling you,
of course,
80% of the population is covered in fecal matter.
I know
they are. Just look at most people. Nobody looks like people on television.
No, you're right. Well, there's some girls you'd like to see covered in fecal matter. But I said that to Pam Anderson on the roast. That was my best line. I go, I finally meet the girl of my dreams, and I'm crapping on you instead of you crapping on me. My opening line. It was a beauty.
It is a beauty.
Again,
I
don't know if you can say this.
I don't know if it got
o'clock.
on the air. It is a beauty.
Oh, it did. It made it. But Quinn does a great thing. Colin Quinn talks about like those, when you go into those bodegas here in New York City, they have those salad bars. Yeah. He goes, let me grab the tongs that the homeless guy just used to pick up the chickpeas. It's a gross world, and you're right. I'm surprised you don't get sick more often.
How is there not a virus that's just taken out the Bronx yet? How is that not happening?
Oh, believe me, we're about a week away. Anyways, we gotta.
Not that I want to ruin the
wrap it up.
The mall at Yankee Stadium.
Anyways, folks, Nick and Artie. What a great night. I had a great time. And,
this was fun.
We're gonna do it again tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel. And we're going to have Dave Attell, the great Dave Attell. We'll see you then,
Yeah,
kids.
in studio, Dave Attell.
In studio.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.